All right, this next one is this guy needs some help here. We got to do this one. First time, but long time listener here. I have a dilemma. I want to finance a car at 21 years old, but I'm not sure if it's the right decision, as the car payment, along with insurance required for a financed car, adds up to about $1,000 a month, give or take. Bro, what kind of car are you getting? These numbers are not adding up in my head. Like, are you financing for 24 months or what are you doing at $1,000 a month? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Where's this one, Kyle? I want to.
It's like the third one down or so.
Yeah. What's his driving record like?
Yeah, I mean.
Have you been driving in Nice, France, at all in recent years?
Oh my God. It says here that his income's roughly $1,800 a month, but his cost of living, including food, is about $540 a month. So that's only leaving it. He's basically going to have $300 a month of like spending money after his cost of living and his car. So the dilemma comes to fruition. Having this car would mean, of course, that he could work as a Lyft driver, which would increase his monthly income or even erase the car note payment altogether.
That's ambitious.
They are a PKA sponsor, so it is very possible.
I bet it is possible to make $1,000 a month as a Lyft driver,
but he has another job too, right? Like,
yeah. That's
or I
true.
guess actually, if you're driving for Lyft, all the times where you're going to be making the most money anyway are like social, when people are out at bars, when they're at games. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense.
I'm very confused about why it's $1,000 a month for your car, and I understand that includes your insurance, but like. Expensive insurance is like $250 a month. Like my Super Sport Camaro when I was 25 when I got it or something like that was like $250 a month, and I had lots of speeding tickets, like literally like 6 speeding tickets already on my record, like making that even worse. I can't imagine that you're talking about $250 for your car for your insurance and then a $750 note, like. I wish you had put in here like what kind of car you're talking about getting, because like I hope you're not talking about getting like a $50,000 car at 21. That's a huge mistake. Like your first car, you can get a very nice car for $20,000 or certainly $30,000. Like you shouldn't be going much higher than that.
If you're 20, you shouldn't be spending $30,000 on a car anyway. You can buy a used car, get something reasonable that you can beat to shit, and then just use it as an A to B transportation while you load up and you save, and you'll be less. It'll be so worth it. The feeling of you sitting there in the nice car is going to be totally eclipsed by the fact that you're going to walk back into your apartment or your house or whatever and be stressed out about finances all day when you could just get a fucking Honda Accord or whatever, something that's not going to break down, and you'll walk back in and you'll feel better every day with an extra $400 a month in your pocket or whatever it comes out to.
Just to lay this out there, this person makes $21,600 a year. Right, he makes 21 grand a year. You belong in a $4,000 car. You're just not at that stage in your life yet. You're not there. You should have a $4,000 car, hopefully no payment whatsoever, and accumulate cash for your retirement, for your next car, etc. And by the way, invest in yourself. Right, and instead of investing in this car, which is just going to be throwing away money. Find some way to make yourself more valuable than $21,000 a year. That's where you need to be figuring that out. I don't care if that's welding school, university, or something. You need to invest in yourself. Become a pilot. I don't give a fuck what you do, but where you are is not where you need to be.
Dude, it costs about like pilot's lessons are like $5,000 or something like that. I mean, he said become a pilot, and I bet a lot of people are like, oh, but it's so hard to be a pilot. No, he's talking about spending way more on some random car than it would cost to be a pilot. It costs like $5,000-$6,000.
We must be misunderstanding something about this, or maybe
I feel like he added a zero accidentally,
but he spelled out thousand.
That is an insane
amount
didn't write
of money.
The number. And $300, dude. If you think, all right, I've got this regimented, I got it all figured out. I'll have $300 spending money and the car that I want, or whatever you're saying.
That's more of a car payment than I would take on. I've got quite a bit of money stuck away, and I do just fine. I do pretty well. I wouldn't pay that much. I wouldn't do that. Like the most that I would want for my car payment and my insurance a month would be like $700, and that's if I'm like stepping up to some brand new like really fancy truck, and I'm not putting any money down for some stupid reason. No, it would never happen. It would never happen because as I'm saying it, I'm like, well, no, I would put like 40% down probably if I were gonna. I'd really rather just pay cash and like save some money up over. I don't like paying
0% down. The smart move.
Man, man, this sounds so. I like the idea of you being a Lyft driver. Like that seems interesting that you've thought of that. So like I know there are minimum requirements for that. Your car has to be X amount of years old, and it has to be certain things. I don't know all of the requirements, but I know that the age of the car is one of them.
But even then, instead of whatever the fuck 2018 car you're looking at, get a 2000. I don't know what the year requirement is. Probably
something. You know?
No, I was saying that's 2010. Get a 2010 or something like Honda Accord, something that's still nice enough. It's not gonna die. It's not gonna have problems.
Yeah, man.
And you're gonna have more than $300 to spend a month on yourself. Because hey, do you like women? Do you like being around women? Because that's not enough money if you're looking to like set up a relationship or do something.
$300.
Do you like going out to
night.
eat? Do you like going out to eat? That's a thing of the past. Now you're calculating every cent and the guac on your Chipotle burritos. Like you're going to give yourself so much undue stress if you make that kind of decision financially.
And the bigger issue than just the undue stress of this month is the fact that he's not working towards his future in the slightest. He buys an expensive car and isn't investing in himself at all. You make 21 grand a year, Bo.
The Lyft thing could help.
Poverty bullshit. You know.
I mean, I think, but he's 20, right? 20 years old.
21.
20, 21.
He's 21.
He is. Okay. Yeah. Well, he is working towards it. Like he's got to.
The idea for being the Lyft driver makes sense. I don't know how much you make as a Lyft driver if you're really getting after it. And I don't know how much time you have to devote to that aside from potentially schooling as well as your other current occupation, whatever that is. You know, we don't have a ton of information to work with here. But I like what Woody said about driving a $4,000 car. Yep. I like what Taylor said a lot about picking a realistic car that might still work for Lyft, like a 5 or 6 or 7 year old like Honda. Those things are great, and like 5 or 6 years old, they still look really nice to me. Those body styles. You need to lower your sights here. If you're talking about financing for like 60 or 72 months here, and your payment is still going to be roughly $800 a month. Are you talking about getting a $65,000, $70,000 car and then paying, high interest on that? It would have to be that
much if this is the amount.
That's why I'm so confused. Like I used to do this for a living, and I'm doing this math in my head, and it's just not adding up any other way than you looking at like a fucking like
a nice Tahoe.
Yeah, a brand new nice ass SUV, or like a not even like a regular Camaro, like a supercharged fucking Camaro, or like a limited edition Boss Mustang or something. I can't imagine what you're going after here, bro. But you got to lower your sights a little bit with your income. People who make $20,000 a year don't drive $60,000 cars. So that's our advice. I'd email Chiz. I'd love to have more information from you. Like I'd like to know what car you're looking at, how much that car costs, how many months you're talking about financing, what the actual breakdown is between the car's payment and the insurance. If this is just an estimate that you've come up with in your head, or if you've actually went to a dealer and called an insurance company and come up and gotten these numbers from professionals, or if this is just something off the top of your head. I'd like to know what you do for a living, what your education
I want to know your trajectory too.
I want to know everything.
What's in the works?
Because this is fascinating to me. Because either I don't want to insult you, but either you're making some terrible decisions, or we just don't have enough information about you to be as polite as I'm capable of being. So yeah, email Chiz. Give us more information, please, because I want to revisit this at a later date and come back to it. But you've got our advice, I think, on this.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have friends and we've, seen them make decisions. What's like the biggest mistake, I guess, financially or anything like that you've seen like a friend make, and in the process of doing it, like it could be a new car or whatever.
Don't say my boat!
You watch it, and then,
you know what I was going to say?
That didn't cross my mind.
I didn't think of it. I was like, I knew a guy who left Painkiller Already over like almost nothing, because he fucking, wanted the July revenue, was skipping the June expenses or whatever the fuck it was.
Lefty himself over real good. Lefty fucked himself over real good.
Thank you, Wings. Praise Wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made out like a bandit just because after like you guys the experience with like the negotiations and shit, like it was literally a text.
Yeah.
When he was like, "Hey, want to do PKA?" I'm like, "Okay." Like, all right, found a host. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Lefty is the worst negotiator. He is part Native American, so it's in his blood.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Like remember,
we should have offered him beads.
Who were the Indians who like sold Manhattan Island for like a box of beads? He's related to them. He's related to them.
They are very shiny beads.
I found out the Indian thought on this. I think I've said it on the show before, but apparently they thought that owning land was like a stupid, ridiculous concept. Like you could own wind. So when they're selling land for something that is real and tangible, like beads and necklaces, they're like, oh, dumbasses. Yeah. Here's your land. I don't think they got the part
where we were like, you were trespassing, red man.
They're like, yeah. They're like, wait, trespassing? Like, I don't know. I thought you just owned it. I don't know.
Fair,
this is our land and you are standing on it.
It's not like that's a bamboozle or a trick. It's like, because it's not like only, Western Europeans at that time had invented the concept of owning land. Like if you went to China at the time and we're like, I'll give you all these beads for this farmland here. It's gonna be like, oh, you get the fuck out of here. No, that's where I make all my food.
You're dealing with a population that hasn't invented a goddamn fence yet.
Yeah. Well, frankly, the continent, we haven't changed a lot. Every time we start to progress, another tribe comes in and kills us.
Fence. I don't get it. We just chase cows for fucking ever.